to Life in the Deep 2.0. And today's show, I know my wife is smiling, but today's show is about grief. And, obviously, any of our Facebook friends and regular family members know that we suffered a great loss a couple of weeks ago with my mother-in-law, slash my mom. And we want to talk about it. I did JJ's podcast a couple of months ago. We talked about grief because I lost a close friend of mine, but I never knew it was going to creep back on me
so
like so
quickly.
quickly. So yeah, today's show we back. We took a little hiatus, which is understandable. But today we're going to talk about grief and how to battle through
Yeah, man, not so much battle through it, but to understand it when it happens,
it.
right?
Yeah,
And and how to accept it,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because most people they don't understand that we have to accept grief first.
Right.
And once we accept it, and we understand that each and every person that have been given a birth date,
Yeah.
also have an end date.
Right.
And I think for me, and probably everybody else is that we want it to be the date that we select,
It'll
or a
never be
time
that.
that we select,
Yeah.
right?
Right. Yeah. It's never gonna happen.
And God is so um he's so uh omnipotent, right? That I mean we can't explain his ways.
Right.
He said his thoughts are not our thoughts, his ways are not our ways, and his thoughts and ways are greater than ours.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
will never, unless we know him, we would never understand him.
Right. Right.
So
Yeah. Yeah. It's true. And like I said, I gotta give you props because you shouldered through.
showed it through.
Yeah, it shouldered through because it was, you know, it wasn't expected. It was,
No.
we had a lot of plans with my mother-in-law, and she's a great lady. Every time I put a Facebook post up, I always, well, for a birthday or for Mother's Day, I always say, look, the best mother-in-law I ever had. And she's one next to my mom and my aunts and stuff like that. One of the best women I ever known. She'll give you the shirt off her back. And my wife can speak on it because this is her birth mother. And I appreciated the 20 years I had with her. And I wish I had more. And everybody that's in her life wish they had more. But I know she's in a better place.
Oh yeah, and then
You know.
she's not. I think for me, it's knowing that she don't have to suffer through all the pain she was in.
Yeah.
And we want to find the best doctors here on earth, but the best doctor,
Mm.
come on, the best doctor that anybody could ever ask for is Dr. Jesus, the King of Kings, the
Yeah.
Lord of Lords, the
Oh yeah. He
healer.
can heal you with some spit.
Yeah,
With a
I'm
spittle.
telling you,
Hey, look, I'm trying to
like
tell
he
you.
is the ultimate healer,
Yeah.
and me selfishly, I wanted to find a doctor here that could heal my mother, but he said no, there's no healing like the one that I gave her,
Yeah.
and I mean, I would love to have my mom here,
Yeah.
with me,
Yeah.
but I know that somebody has to uh be in that spiritual place when we petition heaven. He says, and the angels stand to the right of Christ, right?
Mhm.
And on the right of God, and they say holy, holy, holy. We don't know who those angels are,
Yeah. Right.
and,
Yeah.
and when people are going through grief, from losing somebody here, we forget that we can still petition heaven and he'll send angels,
Right. Yeah.
so
And she'll be one of them. Like we tell our kids, obviously we have 5-year-old twins, and my son took it harder than my daughter.
yeah, he
Which
did.
everybody that was at the funeral would know. But you know, I just want them to know that me and my wife always tell them that look, she's looking over you.
Mhm.
She's an angel. So when you want to talk to her, just talk, and
Mm.
she hears. She hears you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Maddie earlier today, Matthew was doing something, and she
Mhm.
was like, "Do you want Mimi to reach down from them clouds up there and snatch you?"
Yeah.
You know, I was like,
you know,
okay.
you try to find all the scare tactics in the world to
Yeah,
try to,
yeah.
but yeah,
But
so
my baby
you
said,
know,
Mimi gonna reach down from them clouds and she gonna snatch you. You know she says she'll
yeah,
snatch you.
yeah,
So, yeah, I mean you go through it, and that's the hard part,
yeah,
the initial
the initial
shock of
shock,
it
yeah,
and then going through it, and then on our next episode we're gonna talk about overcoming it,
yes,
right?
absolutely, yeah,
Because it's steps to grief.
right,
It's a lot of steps. And anybody who say, to anybody else, well, it's been, I mean, it's been a long time. I mean, you haven't gotten over it yet. How do you get over it?
yeah,
You
right,
don't get over something, that means so much to a person. And somebody who's inconsiderate and says that, shame on them, right?
There's a lot of people that do that. You can't put a limit on grief, like
No.
and like after I say this, I'm gonna go into the definition of grief, but you can't put a time limit on what people suffer through the grief. I know this woman right here, this, my lovely wife. She and her and her mom were best friends. When my mother in law was in Louisiana, they talked every day. So I know. So I can't put a limit on how much she has to grieve for her mother because it's her mother. She's been in, we told your age already, but she's been around her mom for 47 years. So you can't, and talk to her every day. And it's like,
Yeah.
like especially like the past couple of years where we've seen her. This
Yeah.
was like I said on Facebook, it was like a devastating loss because I've never lost somebody that close. I've lost family members and stuff like that, but never someone that I was around
Yeah.
so much. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
And
So yeah,
aside from my husband, and of course the Almighty, my mom was like my best friend.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I can tell her
yeah,
anything.
yeah,
I can talk to her about anything.
yeah,
I can,
yeah,
call her anytime. If
yeah,
I had any issues,
yeah.
she tried to help me as much as she
Absolutely,
could.
absolutely,
Even when she couldn't, she would try to find a way
absolutely.
to help, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, because
yeah.
that's the
That's
kind of woman
amazing.
she was.
That's
So,
amazing.
I mean, to
Amazing.
me, like I said, I know if I didn't have the relationship that I have with God, right? If I didn't have that closeness, that close relationship with God,
Mhm.
it would have tore me apart, right?
Yeah,
But because I have relationship with God, He has the remedy for my grief,
yeah,
and the remedy is through His Word, right? So, since we talking about that, I'm gonna go ahead and let Marcus get into
yeah.
the
It- yeah,
definition.
its definition. Thank you, man. Good segue. The definition of grief is deep sorrow, especially that caused by someone's death.
Mm,
It was another one, but it didn't have anything to do with death. The grief is, like I said, deep sorrow. So, I know that being at least a decent husband, I had to be there for my wife. You know what I mean? I didn't, it wasn't about me. It's about my wife and my kids. You know what I
mhm,
mean? Like I lost somebody close to me, but I was like, but this is her mom. She gave birth to my wife, so it hurt me as much as it hurt her.
mhm,
But I know I had to be strong. Like I said, that first week we both was a wreck. I was trying to be as strong as I could for
mm,
her, and when she was okay, then I was talking about it. We go back down memory lane, and
right.
and then I start, I'm not, and I ain't
Yeah.
ashamed to say that. I mean, I miss my mother-in-law, and I cried for her every day.
Yeah.
When me and my wife, talked about it and just we got over our grief together.
Yeah.
And anybody that was at the program that my wife put together, she held strong and held firm the whole time, the whole hour. You know what I mean? She stayed firm. Everybody was crying and stuff. Be that as may, that's gonna happen. But
Yeah.
she stood firm and did what you had to do to get your mama
Oh,
on that
yeah.
other side.
That's right. I
Yeah,
mean, I mean, I was a mess.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
outside
yeah,
of that, listen. Anybody who knows me know how close I was to my
yeah.
mom. I
Absolutely,
mean, on my job, just
absolutely.
everywhere I go,
Oh
on
yeah,
my job, at
yeah.
church,
Church,
just
yeah, yeah.
everywhere.
Everywhere, everywhere you went.
Anybody who know me, they know how close I am.
Yeah,
And was to my mom.
yeah.
So it was inevitable
Right.
that I would be, the
And you was the
one.
baby,
Yeah, the
so it was a
one
lot of
to
things,
to do what I needed to do for her because, like I said, she's amazing,
Yeah,
amazing woman, man.
absolutely.
She had her own little way,
Everybody
but
does.
she was amazing. I mean, look at all of her kids, you know, were raised the way we were supposed to be raised. We
Hmm.
all made our own, choices and we all live our own lives.
Yeah.
But I can truly say And my mom, she did not have a favorite.
No.
Okay. She didn't have no favorites. She
No.
didn't do the favorite thing.
No.
You know, all of us had a special bond with her, and I know my mom is very proud of us, you know.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna let Marcus because I'm tell y'all
Yeah.
I don't want to start going
Yeah.
downhill.
Yeah.
But my mom was amazing.
Yeah.
I love her so much,
Yeah.
like
We definitely got to get
and
there.
I want to say, just one thing, like, you know, um, if you ever get an opportunity and you have a closeness with somebody, I would always say you put the service together and you be a part of it from start to finish,
Mm-hmm.
because that's an honor to,
Yeah.
you know, um, to celebrate somebody who celebrated you their whole life.
Yeah. Right.
There's a
Yeah.
scripture, I think somebody say, "Oh, let the dead bury the dead," and it's like, yeah, that's somebody else's opinion.
Mm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, it's kind of you. That's why you got to read it for yourself, because there's another scripture that says, "The dead in Christ shall rise." Well, if He celebrates us, to raise us from the dead, then why can't we celebrate each other when it's time for us to go into a deep sleep?
Yeah.
And wait for that time where everybody, the dead in Christ shall rise or whatever. So I just listen at some of the people and the way they preach certain things, and it's like, yeah, that's somebody's opinion. Can you start telling people that this is somebody's opinion,
Yeah.
so that you won't
Take it. Take it. Take it. Yeah.
yeah, or wound somebody in
Yeah.
the process of, oh, let the dead bury the dead. That's like saying,
Let
yeah,
it be.
don't. Yeah,
Get
that's like
over it.
saying don't care about nobody who died. Oh, that was your mama. Don't worry about it. She dead now.
Yeah.
That's kind of harsh.
It's very harsh, especially if you're close with your mom like
But
that. But
anyway.
these are one of the these are a couple of steps to when you're in it.
Hmm.
It says live in the past. I did. You live in the past. So like, just think about the good things. Especially you, especially me too. 20 years, but
Hmm.
especially with you as your mom and your siblings. They say live in the past. So kind of think about
Hmm.
the stuff that y'all been through, the good times. I
Yeah.
know it was a lot. They say ideal the person or the previous situation. Ideal. I have no idea what that means. I got this over cool.
Oh,
But
okay.
refuse to make the necessary changes to move forward. That's what some people do when they deal with grief.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They say dwell in self pity. Now, if you
Oh, so these are
these are things
things.
dealing
Okay,
with,
so these are things that
dealing with
people do. Basically, what it's saying is this is things that people do um
while in grief.
while in grief.
Yeah, while in grief. Yes,
Okay.
they lose respect for their own body. So it's
Hmm.
like if they can't take grief.
Right.
Yeah,
This is if they
yeah.
this is how not to
Yes,
deal with grief.
yes,
Okay.
yes. Remain withdrawn and run away from your feelings.
Mm.
See, these are things that you did the opposite of.
Yeah, yeah,
You
I
know what I'm
did.
saying?
Yeah.
And they rely on alcohol or other drugs.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
So
true.
these are things that you shouldn't do. Well, besides, you don't want to live in the past, but you want to remember the things that you've done. It's like I said,
Yeah.
that stuff. I mean, I can't go through your mental Rolodex, but I'm sure there's a lot of things that when she first passed, that at least that week came to your mind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When she passed, but and you have your
Yeah,
grief.
just I mean, and I think for me it's a lot of things that I won't be able to enjoy. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
my mom, anybody who know her shit, they know she loved going to the casino,
Yeah,
right? The casino
absolutely.
was her thing.
Yeah.
And my grandmother, that was her thing, right?
Yeah.
And I can say I hear all the jackpot machines going off in heaven, right? you know,
They
uh, and,
definitely hitting them up for
and look,
sure.
and some people be like, "I ain't no jackpot." You don't know what's in heaven.
Right.
How about that, theologians?
Mind your
You
business.
don't know. Minding God business. You don't know how God, if He got mansions up there, surely He got some casinos
Yeah,
up
for
there.
real. Yeah,
It's good to laugh
you gotta
because
laugh.
it's like when you have somebody who knew God for themselves,
Hmm.
right? And that person was experiencing all the pains of this world, right?
Hmm.
When they go to the other side, right? When they're absent from the body, present with the Lord.
Hmm.
Come on, to be absent from these old ratchet bodies,
Hmm.
all right, these
These
pain
shells.
bodies, come on,
Hmm.
these shells,
Hmm.
these aching feet, Come on, swelling legs.
Yeah.
Come on, I watched it all. Aching back.
Yeah. Messed up
Come
back.
on,
Yeah.
hard on oxygen.
Yeah.
When you have the opportunity, all right, and something happens to you to the point where you'll be coming out of it not yourself,
Yeah.
I would be selfish to say, no, well, you know what? Uh, I want them here.
Mm.
No matter what their pain is,
Yeah.
no matter what they're going to go through,
Right.
it's a selfish act. So for
Mm.
me, I just was unselfish,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I think, with me and my brother, the decision that we made, which caused our grief, right? To let our mother go and, yeah, to be without pain.
Yeah.
And my dad,
Yeah.
he was there too, you
Right.
know, so that because that's his wife, 28 years.
Yeah.
So, for him to say, yeah, no, I don't want to see my wife like that. And she wouldn't want to be like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It takes a whole lot of um thought. It takes
Hmm.
a whole lot out of you to make that decision. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
some people are strong enough and to stand, and like I said, to stand and to eulogize. My dad did the eulogy,
Hmm. Did a great
and
job.
mistress of ceremony to do the whole thing
Yeah.
for my mother. That takes a strength
Yeah.
that no man can give you.
Mm-mm.
No man can give me the strength. That's why I tell people, listen, I don't care who you serve or what you serve. Don't try to convince me to serve God in a way that will cause me to grieve more.
Mm.
Because see, the way I serve him, he poured into me,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
Because the way, and obviously there's nothing wrong with the way I'm doing it because I would have been a mess.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
know people, they were a mess when they had to bury people, and it wasn't even their mothers
Yeah.
or,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, yeah, I'm a serve God the way I've been serving Him because what He give me to sustain me in
Hmm.
this body
It's works. It works.
is well worth it.
It works.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
it
gonna let
does
you do
work.
your
You
do
gonna do
your
my verse?
scripture.
Okay, do my scripture. Okay,
Yeah,
I
go
got.
ahead, do your
I'm gonna
scripture.
go. I'm gonna go. First verse. I'm gonna go. John 16:22, and that says, "So with you, now is your time to grieve, but I will see you again, and you will rejoice, and no one will take away your joy."
Mm, that's
So
good.
we know. So I know for a fact for me, whenever I make it, I know I'm gonna look for her. She's gonna be one of the first people I look
Oh
for.
yeah,
Is my
she
mother.
probably gonna be calling you.
Yeah, hey boo, that's my boo.
Yeah.
You know
Boo, boo, that's you.
that. That's
What you
right.
doing up here so soon? Now
Right.
it ain't gonna
Hopefully
be
not that soon.
soon. We don't want it to be soon.
Yeah, but yeah. So that's
Let it
that's
be a while.
right. And that's what I get from
Yeah,
that. What you got?
that's good. Hey man, I have so the first one I'm gonna read. I like this one. Um, I was gonna read another one first, but I think I'm gonna go with this one first.
Either
Uh,
way, you good.
I think I'm gonna go with this one first. So it's Isaiah 61 and 3.
Hmm.
This is a good one. Okay. To appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes,
Mhm.
the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called trees of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that he might be glorified. So I like it because, you know, see, we cremated mom, right?
Yeah,
Because that's what mama
that's
wanted.
what you want.
Mama say, Mama say, I don't want nobody crying over me. I don't want to go down in no grave for what? So somebody can dig me up,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
and years from now, they'll sell what you paid for, and So for me, it's like my mom. She knew what she wanted. She was a
mhm,
woman who knew what she wanted. She wanted it done the way she wanted it to be done.
yeah,
She probably didn't think it would be this soon, but
yeah,
none of us know the time nor the hour nor the way.
yeah.
That's what he said. That's what the
Facts.
word said.
Yeah.
So we have to be prepared, and she prepared us,
Hmm.
right? She prepared
She
us
did.
for everything she wanted,
Yeah.
and I'm telling you, it's one of the hardest things that I've done,
Hmm.
but it's one of the most liberating things that I've done because, like I said, I gave her her flowers while she was
Oh
here.
yeah, most
Come on, I
definitely.
gave her everything I could
Yeah,
possibly give her while she was here.
most definitely.
So when God decided that He wanted her back,
Go on, take her.
I'm not selfish.
Yeah, you're not
I
gonna
said,
fight.
first of all, you can't be selfish with God because who can beat Him?
You can't win. You can't win.
So
Nah.
that's why I said, my strength I get from somewhere that's greater than any strength this world could offer me.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You want to read
Amen.
your other one? Let me go
That
and
was
read mine.
good. You can go ahead. Go
Okay.
ahead.
All right. My last verse is Revelations 21:4. And it says, "And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no death, no sorrow, no crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for
Mm.
the former things are passed away." The main reason why I picked that one is because of what my mother-in-law was going through. Like I
Oh
said, I
yeah.
was there. Last thing I talked to her about was she was telling me, how her back was hurting, the middle and the top, and I was I told my wife this. I said I just felt so helpless, because I'm the young strapping son-in-law that I try to do everything I can,
Yeah.
build. I used to build up her little wheelchairs and all that stuff, but it was like, man, I cannot help her with none of this pain. I just
Yep.
can't. It's like nothing I can do. It's not like a magic thing that I can do to help her. I can just say,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, mama, just let me know if you need anything. If you need
Mm.
some food, or just let me know." And that's where I got that from. But now where she's at, she doesn't have to worry about that.
Nope.
So that's what made when I read this. That's what made me feel a whole lot better
Better.
because
Yeah.
she's not in, like we said earlier, no pain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I love that because she she would tell you
Yeah,
that the pain that she was in
yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff like that. So
And you feel so helpless because there's nothing we tried to, we took it to every doctor, every,
yeah.
it was just, what can you do? You just felt
Mm-hmm.
helpless. Yeah. Go ahead, man. Go ahead,
Okay.
Tracy.
So I got another one. I have another one. Let me see. I think this is it. Okay. So this one is Luke 4:18. It says, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he had anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He had sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, to preach deliverance to the captive and recovering the sight of the blind, to set at liberty that them that are bruised." I messed that up.
Read it again.
Yeah, I messed that one up, y'all. Anyway, so it says, I'm gonna read it one more time. It says, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he had anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He had sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captive, and recovering the sight of the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised." So that
Okay.
means like, you know, how the strength that I got,
Mm-hmm.
right? The strength that I had to be able to
Still
go
have.
through all and still
Yeah,
have
still have.
to be able to go through that, that's a strength that Luke 4:18 talks about, because the Spirit of the Lord is upon me.
Mm.
How can somebody stand before a people who are weeping about, somebody that they didn't even go through the birthing canal?
Mm.
Come on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm the one who went through the birthing canal
Yeah,
of my mother.
absolutely.
She
Yeah.
gave birth, meaning that she was in pain when she had me,
Right.
but I was in pain when he took her back.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I fought through that pain to be able to lay my mother to rest
Yeah.
properly,
Absolutely.
to
Every
dedicate her
step.
back to God.
Yeah. Yeah. Just
Because
like she
she
dedicated
dedicated
you.
me
Yeah.
to him.
Right.
Come on.
Great minds think
I
alike.
know, right?
Exactly. That's
I know
it.
you like that. But
Yeah, that's
I
good.
mean, so that right there in itself, it says he gave her to us, to this world,
Mm-hmm.
right? Through my grandmother.
Right.
And then she gave me.
Mm-hmm.
She gave me back to him. And
Right.
then I had to give her back to
Exactly.
him.
Yeah, that's good. Like a football hand off.
Yeah.
That was good.
It's
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah.
And and what greater way to end a thing, than to give my mother back
Right.
from all of the pain that she was in.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
how people, people who are carnal minded, they would never think of it this way because the Bible says that the carnal mind could not fathom the spiritual things of
No,
God.
not even close.
The
No.
carnal minded people would probably say, man, I don't be able to do that.
Yeah.
But a spiritual mind would say, man, that was my mother.
Yeah.
And I saw her in all the pain that she was in.
Facts.
And
Yeah.
God decided that listen, my daughter was going through too much on this side. On the other side, where she is, she don't have to
No
worry
pain.
about no pain. She
No
don't have to
pain.
worry about paying no bills. She don't have to worry about all the sorrows that are on this side.
Right.
Because on the other side, there's none of that.
Right. That's real. Yeah.
Come on.
It's all good mansions,
Yeah.
and everything. So
There's none of that. And she
yeah.
enjoying herself, on the other side of all of this.
Yeah.
Because this
Right.
is a
And that's
lot.
what you want. It is a lot. It is
It's
a
a lot.
lot. And that's you want the best. So
Yeah.
so in closing, you got nothing
No,
more
I
you
don't
good.
have nothing
Yeah.
else.
So in closing, like I said, this is a tough 2 weeks. Like I said, Thanksgiving just passed, and this is the we gonna have a lot of firsts. This is the first Thanksgiving without a mother-in-law,
Yeah.
without my wife. Having her mom. And
Next month is her
next
birthday.
month is her
Her
birthday. Then
first
it's
birthday.
right Christmas. So
Oof.
we gotta like I said, we try to make each other laugh, just to get through it. But like my wife has a pillow, you know what I mean? She has a blanket, and
Yeah.
every time, I'm trying not to choke up now, but we come in the house, and
It's okay.
it's just different. So, we're just trying to get through it,
Yeah.
just we're just trying. I said I wasn't gonna do this, but we're just trying to get through it.
It's
It's
okay, Pooh.
it's
Mm.
it's rough, but we'll make
Y'all listen. My husband love my mom. Okay.
it.
And that is so rare that you find a son in law and a mother in law that gets along to the point that when she leave, he not like when that insurance money coming.
Yeah,
No,
that's the way.
my husband loved my mom,
Yeah.
and I know without a shadow of a doubt that this marriage was ordained by God. It was predestined, before the foundation of the world that we would meet and that he would be my husband and my mom would be the one to select him,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah.
she definitely picked this one.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
um, yeah. So,
So like as you can see, it's not
mm-mm.
no stage. The woman, like she's one of the best women I ever met, and she treated me like a son from day one. Honestly, like when I went to the house and met her, I know a lot of people that know me know the story, but she didn't even know me, and my birthday was the next week, and she gave me $100 bill. Didn't even know me, so she knew that her character knew the type of character that so we were kindred. It was like we were kind of like kindred spirits. She knew that I was the right person for her daughter, and that's all I ever wanted. Is just to be accepted in the family, and this family accepted me. From day one. So, and I just appreciated her because I'm sure she had a lot to do with that.
Oh
So,
yeah,
I
she,
appreciated her, and it's difficult, but it's gonna be a rough. It's gonna be a rough year, because everything is gonna be new
yeah,
to us, without her being here, in her presence, I
yeah.
just,
But we got
you
this
know.
though.
But yeah.
We
Well,
got this.
we gonna be all right.
We got this because, like I said, now the worry is on us. She don't have no more worry.
Yeah,
She don't have no more sorrow, no more pain, no more sickness,
yeah,
no
yeah.
more illness. She ain't got to worry about COVID-19. She ain't got to worry about flu. She ain't got to worry about all this other stuff that
Yeah,
we got out
yeah,
here
right.
coming.
Yeah,
She don't have to worry about that stuff.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah. So,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
it.
That's it. So
Yeah.
we'll wrap it up, and like I
Yes.
said, y'all, we'll be back next week. Y'all have a blessed week, and yes,
Thank y'all for joining. Hey,
thanks for
listen,
joining.
like, share, and share with a friend. Maybe somebody's going through grief themselves, and they need to have somebody to help strengthen them
Yeah,
because losing a loved one is not easy, especially if it's somebody that you are really close to.
yeah, right.
If you just lost somebody and you weren't close to them or you didn't have a relationship with them, it doesn't hit you like losing somebody who you really and truly love. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
When you love somebody, it hits different.
yeah,
You know, and
yeah,
when they loved you the right way, it hits totally different. Like when you have that connection. So,
yeah, yeah, right.
subscribe to our channel as well. We have Life in a Deep on YouTube.
Yeah,
And go to the website for a lifestyle restoration group and subscribe to the website as well.
yeah. And the
I
link will
mean,
be in the description.
yeah.
So
And we have, like coaching. We do life coaching, marriage counseling, and stuff like that. Yeah. So
yeah,
that's it.
y'all have a blessed week. We'll see y'all guys. Y'all see y'all on the flip side. Have a blessed one to the next one. Peace.